Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equals. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jet.
What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF, back with another video, man. We got a nice one for you today, as we can talk about a couple of rumors and some news here to update you guys on the roster for tomorrow night's game versus the Denver Nuggets. So, but really quick before I start, man, if you guys haven't already heard, if you didn't watch my last video, doing a giveaway, I've partnered up with Ice Brand in order to, make sure you guys, with Ultra Game. Big mistake. I've partnered up with Ultra Game in order to do a giveaway with you guys. So go ahead and check out all the instructions on the last video I dropped for sure if you guys want to get in on that. I believe they told me they will announce the winner probably tomorrow. So let's see what happens there. All right. Also want to give a major shout out, man, to the kid at Tony's Tacos that served me, man. He's a big fan of the channel. Hook your boy up with some free tacos. We got home, opened up the bag. There was like 10 extra shredded beef tacos in there. So major shout out to him, man. I appreciate it. I didn't know he did it at the time, so I didn't get to thank him there. But that's really nice of the kid. All right. Moving on. So we just got word that Russell Westbrook is doubtful for Wednesday's game against Denver because of the same hamstring injury that limited him to 5 minutes in the preseason finale. So you mean to tell me this is just going to act out right now after we had our game on Sunday? I have my own thoughts about this whole situation. I got to say this, guys. Okay, this is either one of three things for me personally. And I'm going to tell you which one I'm leaning more towards, okay? Number one is the boringest option. He really is injured, and he has to miss, obviously, a game or so. He's doubtful, so most likely he will miss. But that's the boringest answer, right? That's probably not even the likely one. Number two, the Lakers are trying to keep him away from the team because they don't like the toxicity anymore that's surrounding him and the team with the media and the fan base and everything. So maybe they've had enough. And they're going to, create an excuse till they finally ship him out. That could be an option as well. Or number three is Russ isn't happy. Obviously, you can see the post-game conference and all of that. And maybe he just doesn't want to partake in anything with the team, right? Maybe he's stalling out till he potentially gets traded. So it could be one of those three things. Which one do you guys think it is? I'm curious to see what you guys think about this whole Russell Westbrook situation that continues to leak out. I mean, think about it. We have not been able to talk pure Lakers basketball since the season started. It's been Russ. And so I want to know if this has taken a toll on the team and maybe they're trying to, do what's best for both parties and keep him away, or is this just really an injury? What do you guys think in the comments section? So, Dan, all these injuries killing us. I feel you. Love you too, Brian. He's a Rusty Westbrook. Bye-bye. Thanks for all of the backboard breaks. The turnover's going for 100 miles an hour in the lazy D. Well, don't count your blessings yet, man. As long as he's still on the roster, we can't say that. He said he's seeding out on purpose. I'm starting to believe it, man, because look, he was just fine. There was no reports over the last couple of days of anything. And now, like one day before the game, now we're getting this report. Unless it happened at practice, then I don't know what to tell you. But I will say this. Regardless, man, look, tomorrow we're going to play. If he doesn't play, he's doubtful right now. As of right now, that can be upgraded to probable by tomorrow. It could always change, so I'm not going to sing praises yet. But let's just say that he's out, right? He's out for whatever reason. And the Lakers win. The narrative is going to be the Lakers are way better without Westbrook, right? But that doesn't tell the whole story. Obviously, coaching, rotation still matter, and lack of shooting. And likewise, if we lose, everybody's going to say, see, Westbrook's not the problem. He's a scapegoat, this, and that. So this is what I mean. Like, there's always going to be There's always going to be a heavy narrative, either leaning one way or the other. And I'll say this. I am curious to see how the Lakers perform without Westbrook if he doesn't play tomorrow, right? So, I don't know, man. He said, what's up, Captain Dan? Westbrook is for sure getting traded. No way he sits out. I don't know, brother. I don't know, man. I'm not. Listen, if he's for sure getting traded, we've had 3 days to make a move. And so far, nothing. We haven't heard a thing. So, appreciate you, Finesse. Thank you, man. He said they should put Bron at the point guard. I wouldn't mind that, but we got a lot of point guards. Williams says we need that Hornets deal. It's obvious he's faking an injury. Well, if he is faking an injury, man, then that's bad on him. I can't really say for sure if he's faking it, right? I'm no doctor, so I'm not gonna sit here and play one, but I can say that it is a little shady that all of a sudden this has resurfaced. Think about it. The first time he got this hamstring injury, it happened when he first got benched, so controversy there. And this is the second time now. All of a sudden, he's getting the hamstring injury again. Why is that? Right? Is it because of all the negativity around the media that's been surrounding him lately? I don't know. Bottom line is, it's very, very shady, man. Reg Dog, what's up, bro? He said maybe AD fired on him. Imagine that. Cash App, thanks so much, Arthur, for the Cash App. He said for a combination of 2 and 3. I think so too, brother. I really do. I think this could be the beginning of the end for Russell Westbrook in LA. But again, we got to wait and see how everything plays out. Tony P says, bruh, real talk. This would be a lot for anybody. He's a detail. If you from LA, just imagine if Lonnie and the crew saw you down bad like Russ, bro, equals humiliating. Listen, I don't wish him the worst. I'll tell you this, man. I wish Russell Westbrook the best. But the problem with him is that he kind of has done this to himself. It's like he kind of self-destructed, right? And we've seen it with celebrities all the time. Sometimes they self-destruct and the public turns on them when they've loved them for so long. So Los Angeles always loved Russell Westbrook. Los Angeles has always been a fan of Russell Westbrook, and they've always rocked with him. But they didn't like the attitude he's bringing recently, man. So again, we cannot baby him, and the media has done a great job of trying to baby him, and that's what I'm kind of disappointed in, is that we can't take accountability even to the media. All right, so Darvin Ham was asked if he's considering changing the team starting lineup, and he simply replied, not today. Now, I don't know what that means. Is it tomorrow? Or does he not want to change the lineup because he wants to give us consistency, or is he just being stubborn? Again, we have 3 options here. What do you guys think in the comment section? I'd love to know what you guys think, because personally, me, I don't know what to think about the Darvin Ham situation right now. Like, he doesn't want to make the adjustment. Is he cool with taking L's, or like, what's the deal? He said, hopefully we hear about Russ getting Jordan pulled. He said, do you think AD has been playing up to his expectation this season? I'm going to get into that because Stephen A really pissed a lot of Laker Nation, including myself, off. And I do want to get into that because I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about Anthony Davis. But I want to get over this Russell Westbrook situation first. He said, Jaylen Brown just left Donda Sports due to Kanye's recent actions. That's what I'm saying, man. All actions have consequences. Whether you agree with Kanye or disagree, if you say something controversial or something out of the norm, it's going to have either positive consequences or negative. And the same thing goes for Russ, man. When you live in that celebrity lifestyle, you make $47 million a year. You got to know that it comes with a lot of criticism and scrutiny, right? And the richer you get, the more scrutiny it comes with. But it doesn't help that you have a bad attitude. I mean, Magic Johnson pretty much summed it up how Laker Nation feels. I mean, he is the voice of the Lakers, man, still today, right? So that's just the thing, is that if Magic Johnson's calling out, you still can't humble yourself. That's a problem. And maybe Magic Johnson video has something to do with it. Maybe maybe he called up his agent and said, hey, listen, man, get me out of here. I can't take this criticism no more. He doesn't seem like a thick-skinned brother who can truly take criticism. He doesn't seem like he's made for LA. Sometimes pressure makes diamonds, and sometimes pressure destroys people. And it seems like it's destroying him. He doesn't have joy for the game, apparently, according to multiple reports out there on ESPN and multiple sources. We don't have joy for the game watching us lose either. So, I've been watching League Pass around the league, and there's other teams that have a better constructed roster that are a lot funner to watch than the Lakers right now. But it's just not the same. Obviously, being a Laker fan, you want your team to do good. It's not the same. So I will say this, though, man, because you asked me about Anthony Davis. And I don't know if you guys saw First Take today, right? But Anthony Davis, in my opinion, he's been balling the heck out, right? He's been balling the heck out. And First Take doesn't seem to think so. So I'm going to go ahead and play this little clip right here. And hopefully you guys don't go as crazy as I did, because I almost broke my damn TV screen watching this. And I just watched the clip on YouTube.
We got to stop just bringing up Westbrook. Anthony Davis shooting 20% from three-point range. Anthony Davis, I came on the air and talked about how Anthony Davis was a top 7 player. I take it back.
Hold up. Does this guy know how well Anthony Davis has been playing, guys? This man said he takes back Anthony Davis being a top 7 player. He's absolutely right up until then, because Anthony Davis is playing like a top 5 player right now. Seriously. Just because we don't have a win, this tells you who's been watching games and who hasn't. And check this out. It gets worse.
Damn it, he don't look like.
How do you know what I have down in my paper? Right. How do you know I had that down?
He don't look like he even wants to go anywhere near the basket. And my point is, yo, bro, you too big, you too skilled, you too talented. What has happened to Anthony Davis?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is why I don't like watching these first take. He said he's afraid to go near the basket. Listen, if he would have did a little bit of research, he would have known that Anthony Davis is having a phenomenal season. He's averaging 25 points a game. He's shooting 50% from the field. All right, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2.3 steals and 2.3 blocks. So not only is he having a good offensive season, but Anthony Davis is having a great defensive season. And it baffles me how these sports shows, they listen to how he ends the argument, and everything, comes to the light right here. Check it out. He said all of that crap just to say this.
We need to be talking, yes, Russell Westbrook can't shoot, but that's about it. We need to be talking less about Russell Westbrook and more about Anthony Davis.
So let me get this straight. This guy, man, I don't know, man. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Listen, he said, yes, Russell Westbrook can't shoot, but that's about it. No, Stephen A., that's not about it. His decision-making been questionable. His attitude's been egregious. He's been breaking layups, not just shooting bricks. You got to be kidding me. Like, this man said we got to be talking more about Anthony Davis than Russell. Is this his way of babying is this his way of babying Russell Westbrook? Like, that's ridiculous. So he's trying to throw some of the heat. That's why I say we got to trade Russ quickly, because they're trying to change the narrative. Now they say Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is averaging 25 points a game. Russell Westbrook's averaging 10. Anthony Davis is shooting 50% from the field. Russell Westbrook's shooting 8 from beyond the arc. And 17% from the field, something like that? Really low, historic career low numbers. Anthony Davis averaging 2 steals and 2 blocks. Defensive Player of the Year candidate, much. So he's having an MVP caliber season just because we haven't backed it up with wins. This clown is really going to come out here and say all of that. Come on, man. Come on. This is how you know the difference between us, real fans who watch every single game, every single minute, every single second, and the clown show that has become First Take. Because I grew up watching First Take. I used to love it when I was a kid. I remember watching those battles between Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, and those were super entertaining. And sometimes they had a good merit to it. But now, I think Mark Cuban said it best when he went on there and destroyed them a couple years back. These guys just say things without any real merit to it. Like, you're not looking at the facts. Anthony Davis is having an MVP/Defensive Player of the Year candidate type of season under Darvin Ham. And it's only been 3 games, so it's way too early to say. But this man really trying to throw some negativity from Russ onto Anthony Davis. No, we must trade Russell Westbrook ASAP, because that's exactly what's going to happen, man. I don't get it. Do you guys agree with Stephen A. Smith? I mean, that is close to MVP season. I mean, think about it. He's averaging 25 points. All right, he's averaging 25 points, 2.3 steals and 2.3 blocks with 8 rebounds. I mean, those are MVP numbers. Just we're not having the results. Obviously, we can't throw him in the conversation, but he's at least Defensive Player of the Year conversation early on. It's too early still to say. But I'm just saying, man, look, at the end of the day, they're really going to try to, split the narrative. We all know how poorly Russ is playing. You make yourself sound like you don't know basketball. And Stephen A. knows basketball. I don't know why he chooses to say clownery shit, man. That's ridiculous. How are you going to say that about Anthony Davis? We got to question him because what? That's one thing if he would have went with the injury narrative, right? But how about you don't keep that same energy with Kawhi, who, by the way, is missing another game tonight? Okay? So they don't keep that same narrative towards Kawhi, right? He's their favorite, right? The Clippers are the favorite to come out the West is what they say. All right. Well, you got to keep the same energy. Just stay consistent, right? You can't call out Anthony Davis and you didn't even bring up the injury situation. You say he's afraid. He's afraid to be at the basket. Listen, he's shooting 50% from the field. Most of those are coming at the basket. What are you talking about, Stephen A? I wish I could debate this man for real, man, because he don't want to see me in a debate room. I'm speaking nothing but facts. What's up, LA Sports Live? Salute, brother. But hey, it is what it is, man. I guess they're not really watching. They're not really watching. Ridiculous, right? What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the whole narrative that Stephen A is trying to become? And you guys can watch the whole thing. By the way, I forgot to mention, man, because we were so down about that loss on Sunday, but LeBron James has just tied Karl Malone after the last game for the most 20 points, 20-plus points in NBA history with 1,134. He'll break the record tomorrow. So shout out to LeBron James. He's not from this planet. He's different, man. He's different. He said, "What's good, Dan? I'm telling you, something is real fishy going on with Russ. I just sense that a trade is imminent." I think so too, man. But I hope we're not wrong this time, because we've been wrong all summer long. It's been looking like a trade was imminent, and nothing came to fruition. So this time, I'm just gonna keep quiet and wait for it to happen. But yeah, listen, your narrative is it has a lot of credibility, because it's really weird that out of the blue the hamstring starts acting up right before game day. So yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling the vibes at post game. The team's not feeling the vibes. The chemistry is trash right now. We got Russ smiling and LeBron and AD actually being upset, which I appreciate, actually. You got to be upset when you lose, but it's one of those things we got to wait and see. But I really hope they can come to a resolution, because this is starting to impact the rest of the team as well. He said, if the Lakers trade for Rozier, what players do you think would be included, like Jaden McDaniels and Oubre and Plumlee? People have said PJ Washington, Gordon Hayward, and Terry Rozier, but I'm not sure. I haven't put in a trade machine. I don't even know if the contracts match or if the Lakers want, all those extra contracts. But I'm sure they'll make it work. If there's really a trade to be had, they'll make it work. The fillers have to fit our team as well, though. So hopefully they get the right pieces. Is Russ ready for a trade? I think the world is ready for a Russ trade. I'm just sick of everybody becoming an apologist and not, basically not holding players accountable. This man, Stephen A, really just tried to direct blame into Anthony Davis when you got Russ averaging 10 points a game and a shitload of turnovers and shooting career low, like historically low field goal percentage. Like, wow, okay. So you're going to go after the guy who's averaging 25, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 8 rebounds. Gotcha, Stephen A. I see you. He said Lamar Odom ain't feeling Anthony Davis. Probably due to the injuries. I haven't seen that interview. I heard he said something about that, but I haven't really seen it. But Lamar Odom is really old school. They play through injuries and stuff like that. But the modern day NBA, I mean, look at Kawhi. He's been load managing since he was a rookie with the Spurs, man. This guy, he was born load management. Like, he probably took days off from being his mother's son. And nobody says anything to him or about him, right? We're talking about AD. Even Stephen A wants to jump in. They want to bang on AD. Listen, at the end of the day, Anthony Davis is having a great season. You can't say much about that, right? No matter who's feeling him or not. He's having a great season. It hasn't translated to wins, but it hasn't been his fault. That's for a fact. I think LeBron's having a pretty solid season as well. Borderline great. Shout out to Arthur for the Cash App. He said, did you address that jerkage foul on Bev with 20 seconds? I did, man. I addressed the last video. I thought it was BS. Of course, they're going to challenge the call, and they get the foul call, right, in their favor. But that's usually how it goes. We got to play through it. The Lakers have to play through all the bogus calls all season long. It's always been like that since I can remember, since a kid. Growing up watching Kobe, I mean, they were choke slamming Kobe, and they were still allowed to stay in the game. Raja Bell, right? They weren't ejected. So we always get officiated a little bit different than other teams, because I feel like the NBA is trying to equalize everything. And since we've won so much, they'll do the best that they can to keep us off of another championship, right? This is why the new collective bargaining agreement was made, in order to try to give what do they call that, revenue sharing or something like that, for small market teams to be able to spend more money. So it's all about trying to even it out. We got 17. Boston has 17. But most of their 17 are like in the 60s and 70s. So we're more on the nerve of the commissioner, and I guess that's why they, in my opinion, it's just a theory, but I feel like they instruct the officials to be, less lenient against us for some reason. I don't know why. Other teams, man, Curry was getting away with tackles. Other teams, star players get star calls. James Harden be flopping, doing, ninja karate kick, moves, and he still gets the foul call, even though he's landing on the defender's space instead of vice versa. And what do we get, man? What do we get? We losing our own challenges. All right. Not only did we win the challenge where Damian Lillard fell by himself, but Lakers win the challenge. Challenge is successful, but we changing the foul on LeBron. I never heard of some bullshit. So challenge not successful. Don't even say the challenge successful. That's what they're gonna call, right? But every game, brother, and I'm glad you brought it up, because every game is some BS. And I tend to, like, over the years, I've learned to kind of like cope with it. It is what it is. We have to win in spite of the officials, but other fan bases won't see it the same way. They think we cry too much. But I will say this, though. The players, like Magic Johnson said, got to get back on defense, no matter if you got fouled or not. If they didn't call it, you're going to hurt your team by not running back, because now that's going to leave a wide open shot for somebody else. So we got to be smart, man. We got to be smart, and we got to play through it. We got to be tough. He said MT, AD, LeBron James, Bev, and Shooter defense, baby. Well, Shooter's not back yet, but yeah, we'll see when he comes back. We'll see what he's got in store for us. I don't know what to expect from him. He's always iffy with the Lakers, but I do hope he comes off the bench. I think he'll be better suited once he gets healthy. Denver Nuggets baby says, "Sub DTLF. We see you guys tomorrow." Excuse me. He said, "Wish your team nothing. Wish your team well, but not against my team." I like that. He said, "But my team, the better team, win if Russ would humble himself and take responsibility. Laker fans wouldn't be so hard on him." Yeah, we hold everybody accountable. I mean, we holding everybody accountable. It's just, again, some people aren't made for the limelight. It's too bright. It burns them like a vampire. They got to get out of the light. So, light's too bright. You got to get out. Simple as that. And he's better. I think Russ is better off at this point in his career somewhere where they can just celebrate him for triple doubles and losses while tanking, right? Because I think that's the best combination for him. And nobody's going to hold him accountable. They're going to be celebrating because, they're closer to Victor Wembanyama. And Russ is happy. Let Russ be Russ, like he says. Let Russ be Russ. So that'll be perfect for him. He can go and have a blast over there on a lottery team. And maybe, hey, they might sneak up on somebody and make the play-in tournament. You never know. He said, "Dan, you see how empty Crypto's been looking? Fans are not showing up." I'm not sure, bro, because when I saw the empty game, that was the one before Sunday, right? It filled up in the second half. So sometimes it could be that LA traffic. I think the Sunday one was pretty packed, right? Go back and check the replay and let me know. But I think the Sunday one was pretty packed. We're usually pretty good about selling out tickets regardless of if we suck or not, right? We stay pretty loyal. But it wouldn't shock me if they do stop showing up because the front office hasn't made a trade. I wouldn't be shocked because I think people are tired of watching Russell Westbrook. I mean, you can hear us gasping. Even Reggie Miller was being a big softy talking about, how can you play in this environment? Well, you wouldn't know, Reggie, because you ain't tough. You ain't tough, bro. You would not know. But yeah, he said Kendrick Nunn should heat up. Oh my goodness. If he could just please show up one game for us, that could make a huge difference. Lonnie Walker has been the best role player, hands down, besides obviously LeBron and AD having a good season, but Lonnie Walker has stepped up. We need him to step up even more against Denver. He said, there has been some missing seats for sure. I do remember that being said on Lakers Nation. Well, I was paying attention to the game, but I did notice the game before Sunday. What was it, on Friday, Thursday? Or was it Wednesday? Might have been last Wednesday. There was a lot of empty seats. I remember my friends texting me like, yo, we haven't seen Crypto or Staples this empty in a while. And I was like, could it be the Westbrook effect or is it just the traffic? Because sometimes that traffic is bad. Especially, see, games used to start at 7:30, so people get off of work, have enough time to go home, get ready, and go to the Laker game. But now games start at 7, right? So that way the East Coast doesn't have to sleep 30 minutes later when they stay up to watch the Laker game. So that could all factor into it. Obviously, 30 minutes earlier, the traffic is pretty bad in LA. That's the worst thing. I love LA, but the worst thing about LA is the traffic by far. The weather's beautiful, the people awesome, everything's great, but the weather, right? He said fans are boycotting the games because of Westbrook. You think so? Well, listen, I know when fans boycott, you'll see them on the news. I haven't seen no fans boycotting, so I'm not sure quite yet, man. He said, what's good, Dan? Blessings to the chat. Blessings to the chat. Blessings to the chat, brother. Looks like we got some trolls in here. He said that's a fake Dan. Always, man. Always. Trolls are going to come heavy. The more subs you get, the more they come. It's all good. We just get rid of them quickly. So, Dan, at least Westbrook not hit the top of the backboard this season. Look at the bright side. That's not a bright side, man. The bright side would be if he bought in, to team ball and he had a better attitude. That would be a much better. I don't mind if he hits the backside of a backboard as long as he's getting his offense within the flow. And if he does that once in a while, so be it. Everybody misses, even the best of the best. But, it's one of those things, man. Dan, is LeBron taking ill-advised shots because he's chasing Kareem's record? I think LeBron James is somebody who starts out really slow, right? He starts off really, really slow, and eventually he starts picking it up. So you'll see. Right now, I have seen him settle for some jump shots that he shouldn't, especially when he does a jab fake threes or like the one he took from half court, the air ball. But you know, he's an older guy, man. And I think eventually he'll start, as the season progresses, he'll start coming into his own and getting better, better shots at the rim, better mid-range shots. My favorite shot from him, besides obviously attacking the rim and finishing, and layups and stuff like that, are his turnaround jump shot. The one he added late in his career where he backs a defender down, hits him with a little shimmy, and fades either way. I think I want to see more of that because I really feel like those are good shots for him. Evan says, damn, my birthday is November 9th, and these Lakers versus Clippers games that day, he said, all I want for my birthday is the Lakers to beat them. For sure, Evan. Hey, man, happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday, or early birthday, and hopefully they're able to do that for you, bro. Hopefully. He said, Carmelo Anthony, he should shoot the ball, sign him back. A lot of people have been clamoring for Melo. A lot of people have been asking for Melo, so that's interesting, right? Because I think last year some people didn't want him, lack of defense or whatever. But I liked him. I liked him, especially in the home court. He was phenomenal. So I really like what Melo did, He said, Melo can't play defense. There it is. There it is right there. Hey, what up, Kareem? Shout out to Kareem Report. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. He said Kareem hates anybody that's happy. We're talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Nah, listen. Old school superstars are very outspoken. I'm outspoken myself, so I understand where they're coming from. Now, sometimes I don't always agree with their points. But, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a GOAT, man. We're not going to slander him. All I'm going to say is difference of opinion. That's fine. Everybody can have their opinion. Ain't nobody mad at it. It is what it is, man. Hey, Dan the man. Appreciate you, bro. He said, Dan, let's hope our field goal percentages gets to average. That'll take us a long way. If the shooting can improve, the defense, we're ranked number 2 in the NBA, in the entire NBA, and we're ranked, unfortunately, 30th in offense. So that needs to get up somehow for sure. But we're playing elite level defense, man. If we can bottle this up, make a trade, and play the proper rotations, well, obviously the trade has to benefit us. But I think just offloading Westbrook is going to be a huge help for sure. It'll change the chemistry. I think everybody will be able to breathe a sigh of relief that we could just focus on basketball. All these conversations about Russ and him not being happy and all that, I think is a huge distraction for the team morale and all that, right? So, yeah, we got to be, He said, what's good, Dan? All we have to do is take less threes and more jumpers and under the basket shots. We will win that. He says, salute to you and the Lake Show. Thank you, brother. Well, it sounds really simple, right? But the thing is, teams are going to start playing even zone defense. So they're going to get us out of the mid-range. When they play zone defense, you either got to slash that zone defense and attack down the middle, or you got to make sure you space the floor properly and hit a couple shots. Because once they set down with that zone defense and you don't make those shots, they already got like 3-4 possessions on you. And that could change the momentum of a game, right? And last game, when Portland started playing zone, we turned the ball over. We break some threes, and eventually Austin Reeves hit a 3 that became a 4-point play that got him out of the zone. But in those plays that we were trying to get them out of the zone, we lost like 3-4 possessions, and that also changed the momentum of the game, in the long run. So Ryan Elm, I like Elam. Sorry, I messed that up. Ryan Elam, what's up, brother? Thank you so much for super chat. He said, thanks for always bringing the fire and speaking the truth. We appreciate you, Dan. Hey, listen, man, I appreciate you guys as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, I want to get back to you guys. That's why I partnered up. The instructions are in the previous video, man. If you guys want to sign up for that giveaway, they're gonna announce the giveaway winner. I don't have my hand in it. I don't pick, but hopefully, good luck to all you guys, man. I wish we could give away something to every single one of you. You say, yo, Dan, big fan, but I got a question. Do you honestly think that if a blockbuster trade is made, that we can still win a chip this year? Continue the good work, brother. You know what, Ali? Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the kind words. I'll tell you what, Ali. I feel like if the right trade is made, which addresses some of those things we need, and we continue to play this elite level defense, right? At least a top 5 defense in the league, we have a good shot. Because any team where you got AD and LeBron healthy, and by the way, I don't know what Stephen A is on, but Anthony Davis looks like bubble Anthony. He looks like Pelicans Anthony Davis. All right, I'm gonna take it even further back. He looks good. Let's knock on wood and hope he stays healthy, right? But he looks phenomenal. If he stays healthy, LeBron stays healthy, role players like Lonnie Walker, hopefully Kendrick Nunn starts coming along, Austin Reeves, Juan Toscano with the good defense, Troy Brown Jr., who I liked a lot. They could all start stepping their game up. And plus, we add a trade. Let's just say it's like Teddy Rozier, Gordon Hayward, and fillers. It could really work out. It could. I've seen seasons where we're on the brink of contention, and then boom, we land Pau Gasol, and it puts us over the top. We at least get to the finals, right? Trades like that. Now, I'm not saying that has to be a Pau Gasol caliber trade because we already have 2 superstars on the team. But if you can get rid of a cancerous attitude while adding good role player pieces, then you could have a shot. I'm not going to count the Lakers out. Listen, excuse me. Portland is 4-0, right? They're 4-0. They made huge improvements in the offseason, but none of the improvements were superstars. They were role players. Jeremy Grant, he's not an all-star. He's borderline, maybe even on a good day, he could look like one, but he's not really an all-star. He's not a superstar either, right? Anthony Simmons, he stepped up from last season. Who else do they have? Who else did they acquire? And they're 4-0. So it tells you that if you get complementary pieces to your star players, it can take you a long way, right? And that's what I'm hoping that the Lakers do. We get finally the right complementary pieces. We haven't had them since 2020, but you get the right ones, and look what we did in 2020. We acquired the right pieces, Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo, et cetera, and boom, we won a championship. So can it happen? Yes, I've seen it before. Will it happen? To be determined. Let's see what the trade is and how it leaves us, feeling afterwards. Like, what did we give up? Was it just Westbrook? Was it, depending on everything? There's a lot of question marks, but I do like that question. It's very complicated to answer as of right now, but I still believe in this team. And number 2 in defense has me actually looking, on the bright side. Usually I'd be panicking right now, hitting that panic button since we're 0-3. And maybe I should be. But that defense really has me geared for excitement because I think if we could put some good shooters around LeBron and AD, maybe, some wing defenders, maybe an extra big, sky's the limit. VT, appreciate you, bro. He said Jazz, Hornets, or Pacers trade. Which one do you like most, Dan? Okay. 2-part answer. The Hornets trade provides a lot of depth. Okay, I like Teddy Rozier. Terry is balling right now, right? He's shooting 40% from the field, from both the field and from the beyond the arc. He's averaging damn near 24 points. But of course, those are empty stats because he's doing it on a losing team with no LaMelo. So of course he's going to get a lot of opportunity to put up stats. That don't mean it'll translate to the Lakers. He might average half of that, and I'll be happy, to be honest with you. Gordon Hayward, can he stay healthy? Who knows? His contract has more than 1 year left. That might not be a good thing. They should really give us like a 2nd-round pick to take both those guys off for an expiring contract in Russ. But that Laker tax is real, right? And then the Pacer trade seems really lucrative to me just because you're getting the biggest names out there, right? You're getting the biggest names out there in Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, 2 guys, one that provides shooting, one that provides interior defense and rebounding. So that one's really lucrative, but that Jazz deal, though, man, if it had Bojan Bogdanovic, I would have been hyped. Right now, though, Clarkson still looks good. Mike Conley, he will fit the Lakers, but is he a multi-year deal? I haven't looked at his contract. Not a big fan of multi-year deals with guys like Mike Conley who have had injury history. And then who else are going to throw in? If they throw in Vanderbilt, you got a deal because that's the wing. That's a 3-and-D wing we've been craving. And if you get Vanderbilt, Clarkson, and somebody else, do it. Do it in a heartbeat. But it all depends what the packages are. Right now, I'm still leaning more towards that Pacer trade and the Hornets trade in 2nd place. I would have said Jazz trade in 1st place, but they already traded away Bojan. So, that's one of those things where I'm not even sure if they got enough to entice the Lakers to give up 1 or 2 picks. Keith, appreciate you, Keith. Thanks so much for Super Chat. He said, Dan, are we one added piece to go to the finals or 1 minus Westbrook to get there? I think they're 2 of the same things. I think we are both, man. I think we're 1 Russell Westbrook trade away plus 1 added piece. If we had, let's just say we would have added Bogdanovic, he would have fit perfectly on this roster, man. And it pisses me off that we didn't make that trade because that would have been phenomenal. Okay. And there's a rumor going on earlier that we could have got Rudy Gobert and Bogdanovic and Mike Conley, and we rejected it. I highly doubt that. The Lakers would be really stupid to reject all of that. That's like a guaranteed championship. You get the shooter, you get the interior defender. Even though I'm not a big fan of Rudy Gobert, it's very good for his role. And then you get the other role player, whether it's Jordan Clarkson or whatever the rumor was. So again, Russell Westbrook getting his contract off the books and getting his attitude out of here will be huge for the Lakers. On top of that, if you can add a really solid piece or two or three, that's the cherry on top, right? But then you have to think, if we're giving up Russell Westbrook in multiple contracts, who's going to go in the trade with him? Is it going to be Kendrick Nunn? Is it going to be like what is it going to be? Hopefully it's no Austin Reeves or Juan Toscano or Lonnie Walker. I don't even think Lonnie Walker's eligible right now, but I'm just saying hopefully it's not something crazy, because those role players are already, dearing themselves to my heart with their defensive efforts. So he said no to the Indiana deal? Really? He said, Lakers run LA. That's right, bro. He said, at this point, I'll take the Hornets trade and call it a day. That's not a bad trade either. Honestly, I'll take almost any trade at this point for Russ. I'm like ready to like just get it over with. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, Rudy Gobert. Sorry. Did I say Rudy Gay? Yeah, Rudy Gobert for sure, man. No, there was a rumor that was saying Rudy Gobert was rumored to be traded this summer to the Lakers. I mean, I don't buy the rumor, but I'm just telling you what I've read on the web. I would have to find that article. It's a couple of weeks old, but yeah, there was a rumor saying that we could have had Rudy Gobert and all these extra pieces. I don't buy it though. There's a lot of fake rumors. Some of them are just meant to piss you off. Like, they're posting articles about how much Russell Westbrook makes and how many role players you could fit in with that contract. Like, what's the point of that? Right, that's not even professional at this point. He said, cut Jones and sign Boogie Cousins. LeBron needs to stop playing center. Yeah, I'm kind of sick when I see LeBron play center, man. Especially at his age. You're almost asking for injuries. Now, off the bench, I still don't like it, but, it's a little less risky. But still, man, playing that five, like, we got some size this year. Why are we not utilizing it? Right? He said, all these deals are multi-year deals. We need to keep cap space for Kyrie. You know what, Tony? At this point, I don't think the front office cares anymore. I think if they need to trade for Kyrie later, they might do a sign and trade. That can always work as well. But I think for now, the Lakers are just trying to improve and build a good team around LeBron and AD. They need to. Listen, we're ranked number 2 in defense. And everybody knows defense wins championships. Unless you got Russell Westbrook on your team and you're ranked 30 in offense with the horrible floor spacing. So that's the only way defense don't win championships. But if we get that up to a top 10 defense with a top 10 offense with a top 5 defense, let me tell you something. We're gonna go on a run if that happens. So they gotta find a way to empower this roster and our superstars as much as possible. And I was all for keeping the picks, but after watching this 0-3 start and this atrocious shooting performance to start, which is worse than I could have ever imagined, I'm ready to give up just about anything to get the right role players in here to compete for a title, man. I at least want to compete. As a Laker fan, never okay punting away the season. I at least want to compete for a title. Gunner, appreciate you, man. He said, Rob Saban a draft pick that he might not even be here for instead of going all in. I'm sick. And I still don't think he's going to sit on those draft picks. I think he's going to deal them. He just probably, I don't know what's taking so long, to be honest with you. I can't sit here and become an apologist and make up excuses. He should have already made a trade. But whatever the reason may be, man, hopefully it's for a good cause and we get a grand slam of a deal. Something that nobody expected. It's like, oh, okay. So that's why Rob was taking his sweet time. He was trying to orchestrate this masterpiece. If he could do something like that, I think everybody's going to forget about, starting the season slow. But he needs to make sure he can do that, right? Caesar says, hey, Dan, do you think of signing DeMarcus Cousins? Big fan and keep being great. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't mind DeMarcus Cousins. He's overdue, man. We signed him a couple years ago, and he couldn't even play a single game for us due to injuries. Again, that injury bug has been biting the Lakers for years, okay? So he didn't even get to suit up for the Lakers outside of training camp and preseason. Did he even play preseason? I don't even remember. I don't think he did. So I think it's overdue. If we bring him in, I'd be happy for him. He's still somebody who could space the floor. He had some big games last year for Milwaukee. So I wouldn't mind. But again, who are you going to cut? That's the real question. He said, "Hey Dan, how many times a day do you think Ron gets people telling him deals he should make, like when he's getting coffee?" I don't think he goes to the local coffee shop and gets coffee. He probably sends his assistant, man, because he'll probably get plagued by Laker fans telling him, he should be fired or make a trade now or get out of it. I mean, we're passionate, man. We are passionate. That's for sure. Some people confuse that with craziness, but I call it passion. We're truly passionate for our team, and we hope, that we can do right by LeBron and AD and Laker fans. Because those guys are playing their heart out, and we are watching our hearts out, and we deserve a better product. So come on, Rob, make the trade, bro. Make the trade. What is you doing, baby? He said, Westbrook is the definition of player out there for check. I don't know where that passion went. He had a lot of passion playing on other teams, man. A lot of passion. Oh, I already read that one. Keith, I already read that one. He said, Dan, will the Nets make any noise? The Brooklyn Nets? I don't like their depth, man. And honestly, Ben Simmons has been less than impressive. All right. I got people in my fantasy league trying to trade his ass ASAP. So that's how you know he's doing bad. Like, I feel bad for Ben Simmons because dude is never, I don't know if he'll ever develop the right mentality, but I saw the other night, I was watching a clip and people were going crazy on the web because he went out for a layup, or should I say he cut to the rim. He did a Euro step like he was going to do a layup, and he dimes it to the cutter behind him. I think it was Nick Claxton who dunks it. And I was like, bro, you're right freaking there. Finish that. And I think that's the problem with his mentality is that he's too unselfish. Being unselfish is fine, but there's also such a thing as too unselfish. And that's the problem. That's the problem with Ben Simmons. So he becomes a real problem in the playoffs when teams start sagging off, kind of similar to Westbrook in a sense, right? And some people have mentioned, would you trade Westbrook for Russ? And I said, hell yeah, because at least Westbrook for Ben Simmons. I said, hell yeah, because at least you're getting size and playmaking and unselfishness, which is something we could use, but it still doesn't solve our shooting issues. So you would have to do another trade on top of that to solve that. So, I feel sorry for Ben, but then I don't feel sorry for Ben. He's being paid like a star player, and he's had plenty of time to fix that mentality. And sometimes it feels like he's arrogant. The way he does, the way he carries himself. I don't know. There's something about Ben that I just can't feel sorry for him because it's like if you want to get better, bro, you're 6'10", you got a lot of skill. You can get to the rim. You can pass really good. You can rebound. You're a good defender. All you're lacking now is a strong, tough mentality, so you can use all those skill sets and do it more effectively and more consistently, right? And then obviously eventually develop a jump shot, at least a mid-range. Even Sean Livingston had a mid-range shot. He wasn't a three-point shooter, but he had a mid-range shot at least. But yeah, man. Let me ask Laker Nation this. Would you guys trade Russell Westbrook for Ben Simmons if we had to give up a first-round pick? Would you guys do that or not? I'm curious. And then LeBron could maybe take Ben Simmons under his wing. He is a clutch client. I'm just saying. Do you think we are spoiled as Laker fans watching Kobe all the time? We know nobody came close to the way Kobe played for us. Of course we're spoiled, man. Of course we're spoiled. But that's a good thing. That means that our front office in the past and up until now has cared about, giving the fans what they pay for. But we need that to continue, because we paid premium price to get into the Laker games. Trust me, I got to pick and choose when I can go. So we pay a premium price. We also pay that cable bill. Whew, that's expensive, man. It's not easy to just get NBA TV because, the local channels are blacked out because cable is on life support off of our paychecks. So, at the end of the day, man, they got to put out the right product. He said, Ben Simmons could pass at least. He said, hell yes, no, yes, yes. Tara says in a freaking heartbeat. You know what? I'm split on that too. But I'm trying to think outside the box, to be honest with you. I don't think that'll ever happen anyways, because other team, Brooklyn Nets will probably value Ben Simmons way too much. They probably want more than that for him. And he's not worth that. He's not worth that to me. He said, Dan, let's think outside the box and sign Matt Barnes and Richard Jefferson, half of ESPN. That's funny. Listen, maybe those guys could come in and shoot better than the guys we have right now. That's a fact. But nah, man, those guys are done. He said, why not just pay Westbrook $47 million and send him home? Why hold him for a trade you ain't getting? Well, you know what, Keith? I don't know. I can't answer that question or what the thought process is for the Lakers front office. But what I can say is it is very shady that Russell Westbrook might not play tomorrow. After there was no reports after the game he got hurt or nothing. He seemed just fine. So, you know, I want to see what happens tomorrow. I want to see if we play better without him, if he ends up playing and he gets upgraded to actually playing to probable, or, you know, if he's even on the bench, what's the body language looking like? I'm going to be paying close attention to everything because it's going to get interesting, guys. And I'm here to break it all down for you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for everybody for participating, all the super chats, the likes. And if you already haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Truly helps us out, man. You know, also right before I get off, man, because I got 2 sponsorships here. Right, one is to give back to the community. You guys know about the giveaway I just you know, partnered up with. So definitely go watch my last video before this one for all the details before they you know, they end the giveaway if you want to get involved, and follow the instructions in the description. And secondly, my first sponsorship ever, man, Prize Picks has been really good to me. So shout out to them, man. And again, now's the perfect time to get in on the action. If you guys do want to tap in, make sure to tune in tomorrow because I will be doing a Prize Pick video on my second channel, giving you guys some actual tips and some of my lineups that I'm going to be playing. You know, whether I win or lose, they're straight from this brain into the lineup sheet. So if you guys want to get some tips, if you want to try your luck with me, you want to mix up some of my picks with your own and participate in the chat, subscribe to the second channel. That's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you guys so much, man. Always a blast, you know, chopping up with you guys. I will see you guys here tomorrow for pregame. Have a great rest of your evening, Laker Nation. Much love. Peace out.